Episode 5 of my series where I expose the hypocrisy and the rich irony of these people in political power that are asserting themselves and claiming to be the saviors of democracy. This series is about addressing all these sound bites. I'm going to expose every time you hear a politician call someone a threat to democracy, I am going to expose it apart. And I'm going to expose this hypocrisy. America is not a pure democracy. Our founders were very concerned about this notion of a pure democracy. Over the millennia, thousands of years of human existence and nations rising and falling and the creation of government systems, there's never been one that ever survived. A pure democracy is nothing more than majority rule or mob rule. It ultimately eliminates any kind of opposing voices. The majority can change the rules. The majority can change the laws and make it very difficult for any opposing voices, any political opponents to ever have any influence. For what purpose? The one-party state, to have those in power stay in power. You can see the corruption all the way through it. We're a constitution republic. Look, America as a society is made up of such a diverse population, different races, colors, and creeds, and ideologies and thoughts. America, in order to form a more perfect union, needs this civil discourse, opposing voices to challenge each other to make a more perfect union, to make America better for our children and our children's children. This is the essence of our Constitution Republic. It is the basis for our liberties and our freedoms that we know all about, we cherish. And to really have us lectured by those in power, people like you and me, we're informed, we're educated, we can think critically, we can think for ourselves, we love our country, we're patriots. To eliminate any kind of voices that will challenge those in power, see, that's not acceptable to those globalists and statists and those in power that are pushing this notion that we're a democracy. We're a real problem to them. It's a real problem that we're a constitution republic, that our First Amendment gives us those rights to be able to speak up, to be able to express ourselves, and not just freedom of speech, but freedom of religion, freedom of the press, freedom to address our grievances with the government. So we have this beautiful Constitution Republic, but this is a real problem for those on the left and those in power. They'll use attack vectors to try to convince an uninformed, naive, and ignorant populace that we must cede power to them in order for them to save democracy. Last time I checked, the power is in we the people. But I'm educated, and so are you, and you're a patriot, you're a historian, you understand this stuff. So I'm exposing the dangerous ideology that we are a democracy, because ultimately, what is it that those in power want to do? Stay in power, and they want to become a one-party state. They'll use attack vectors. Eliminate political opposition and voices. Find way to censor it, cancel it, lock up political opponents in court by twisted laws and liberal DAs in various blue counties and blue states, to be able to find ways to twist the laws, to be able to keep political opponents so afraid of actually trying to run for office that they eventually give up. Eliminate the opposition. Look, there was a time where I might not agree with other Americans about their political points of view, but I certainly respected that they were citizens, and I would fight, and we've had people go to war, go to the front lines on foreign shores and in dangerous places, give up their lives for people to still have a voice, that freedom of speech, that people literally would go to war on behalf of somebody they politically differ from. What's the alternative? No freedom. So we fight for that freedom. Right now, it may not be a shooting war for our freedoms, but it sure is an ideological war. It certainly is a moral and a spiritual war. It is a political war right now. The first attack vector is to eliminate political opposition and voices. Remove civil discourse. Make it a crime to speak up against those in power. And I will tell you, we are one step closer to a one-party state. That's my episode 5 here. Keep watching. This is Joe Markowitz with your Liberty Dispatch.